Okay guys, we're rolling. This is Tab 2014 Hawk here from Norfolk, Virginia. I stopped by real fast to say, show fellow Nebraska fans, welcome to the Big Ten. And you guys won't get as much media coverage as you guys did in the Big 12 because the media has a crush on the Southeastern Conference, or the SEC. They hate the Big Ten for some reason. They just do. They hate them. They hate the Big Ten for some mysterious reason. So, again, guys, welcome to the Big Ten. Hope you do well. It will be interesting to see how they mesh, how the Big 12 all Big 12 players mash into the Big Ten in the first season. You guys are gonna have a lot more games, a lot more tough games, no more cupcakes in conference like Colorado or Iowa State or basically the whole Big 12 North is a giant heaping pile of crap, except for Nebraska and maybe Kansas State. So I hope instead of Iowa State, Colorado, and the rest of the Big 12 North, you guys will have Iowa, Northwestern, Minnesota, which they're the only down team in the division this year. Hold on, let me look this up. See it. The Legends division is Nebraska, Iowa. Oh. No. Yeah, I've got it right here. Legends division. You guys aren't going to have the Iowa States and Colorados and the cupcakes you guys had in the Big 12. You guys are going to have Nebraska, Michigan State, Iowa, Michigan, Northwestern, Minnesota. That's the Legends division. So every year you guys are going to play Michigan State, which they're decent. Iowa, they're decent. Most years. Michigan, they need to fix that defense, but most years they're decent. Northwestern, most years they give Iowa trouble. Can't quite figure out why, but they do. And then the only down team in the division, Minnesota, which Minnesota's the only team projected by Dr. Saturday, the blog writer for Yahoo Sports on the NCAA football blog. I'm getting all this information from him, by the way. Make sure I don't commit plagiarism or something. And the leaders: Wisconsin, Ohio State, Penn State, Illinois, Purdue, and Indiana. So you guys will play some of those teams every year. You guys don't have the cupcakes in your division like you did in the Big 12. The cupcakes are in the other division. Illinois cupcake, Purdue cupcake, Indiana cupcake, all in the other division. I mean, Dr. Saturday is predicting a Nebraska sweep of the Legends division. Michigan State coming in second, Iowa third, Michigan fourth, Northwestern fifth, and Minnesota last. But I don't see that happening. The way I see it, it's going to be Iowa 1, Nebraska 2, Michigan State 3, Northwestern 4, Northwestern 4, Michigan 5, and Minnesota last. In the leaders division, he says Wisconsin, Ohio State, Penn State, Illinois, Purdue, and Indiana in that order. I see it Wisconsin, Penn State, Ohio State, Illinois, Indiana. Wisconsin 1, Penn State 2, Illinois. Wisconsin 1, Penn State 2, Ohio State 3, Purdue 4, Indiana 5, and Illinois last. Whoever makes it out of that Illinois-Minnesota game in Champaign, that's probably going to be the worst Big Ten game of the season, in my mind. It just is. Nothing good about either of those teams, except for maybe Adam Weber, quarterback from Minnesota, who peaked in his sophomore year. It's senior year this year. We'll see if he can do anything with it, and if Brewster can fight, which I think he already has. They're bringing in somebody named Jerry Kill out of Northern Illinois. I don't know. First year head coach. That automatically translates to not a very good year. I think the best they can hope for is a 4-7 finish. There's no wins in conference. Wait, maybe 5-7 with the win over Illinois. Now the Legends Trophy. The Heroes Trophy. It's in Lincoln this year. The date, it's on Black Friday, or the day before Thanksgiving for those of you that don't know. On November 25th in Lincoln. It's going to be the Hawkeyes of Iowa, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Last time these two teams met, in 99 and 2000, Nebraska swept it. That was obviously when Nebraska was good, when they had some quarterback named Eric Crouch, who was a Heisman Trophy winner, who was an absolute bust in the National Football League. It's sponsored by the Midwest supermarket chain Hy-Vee, for those of you that don't know. They don't have those where we live in Virginia, in southeastern Virginia, but hey, I love Hy-Vee. It's awesome. Dr. Saturday is saying Minnesota, best case is a 6-6 finish, which I don't see 6-6. They're gonna win their 4 conference. They're gonna win at least 3 of their non-conference games. The Purdue game on the road is a toss-up. I think they lose that one because it's on the road. Illinois last game of the year, senior day, is going to be a victory. I think the best that they can hope for is a 5-7 finish. Because let's get on with the SEC, guys. I've talked enough about the Big Ten. I was trying to get, talk about the SEC during this video. So let's do what I originally planned. Talk about the SEC. I think Alabama championship hype overrated. I don't think they're gonna do as well. I think honestly, let's look at it. Kent State, obvious victory, 1-0. Penn State on the road. That's when 2 things will be proved. A, is Penn State of a good team? B, is Alabama as good as they say they are? I think that's going to be a win, close one, for Alabama. They go to 2-0. North Texas at home. Make it 3-0. Arkansas at home, conference opener, obvious victory. Arkansas is without Ryan Mallett and without Mallett. They're pretty much the SEC's equivalent of the Big 12 North. Garbage. At Florida. It's going to be a tough game. But the real question here, will Fat Charlie, aka Charlie White, former Notre Dame head coach, will he be able to fix John Brantley as the OC offensive coordinator of the Florida Gators? Will he be able to fix John Brantley? Because Urban Meyer didn't have that much success with him last year. And Florida's defense will most definitely be improved with the new head coach arrival after Urban Meyer retired. of, let's see here. Oh, Will Muschamp, defensive coordinator for the Florida Gators. Defensive coordinator for the Texas Longhorns. Now head coach for the Florida Gators. Which means that their defense is obviously going to be improved this football season. Vanderbilt, home. Obvious victory. They go to 5-0. Oh yeah, they're going to beat Florida. It's going to be close. They're going to beat Vanderbilt. No question about it. They go to... Wait, that would make them 6-0. At Ole Miss. Ole Miss lost to Jacksonville State last year. A division, not Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville, North Carolina. I know. You're like, what? Who's Jacksonville State? They share names with the South Carolina University of South Carolina Gamecocks. They're the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. They're not as good. If Ole Miss lost to them last year, and that's with Jeremiah Masoli, the transfer out of Oregon, who proved that he was a good quarterback in Chip Kelly's offense. I think there's no way Alabama loses. They go to 7-0 on the year. That could be a trap game against Ole Miss because the next week is at home against Tennessee, which I know Hoss 4107, I believe, and Big Vol Daddy have had a little discussion over there. Yeah, they've had a little discussion over this, and that Hoss 4107, of course, being a big Alabama fan, and Big Vol Daddy being a big Volunteer fan, of course. I think that one's going to be close. Tennessee comes in. They're going to be motivated. But they obviously lose the football game. Final score, 17-16. Next week is home against LSU, which it's against Les Miles. If this game is close in the fourth quarter, which I'm predicting it will be, LSU's winning. Because Les Miles will pull something out of his butt to win the football game. Some trick play. I don't care if if it's a fake field goal with the kicker, where the quarterback holds the snap, gives the ball to the kicker. Wait, quarterback holds the snap, tosses the ball back, finds its head of the kicker. And the kicker ended up for a touchdown. That's what I'm predicting. Like last year, what they did against Florida, they'll do this year against Alabama. They'll win. LSU pulls off the upset. 27-24. Next week, so they go to, let's see, that's 3, 6, 8-1. They go to 8-1 at home against Mississippi State, which has historically kept it close against these teams. Against top teams. They took LSU to a goal line stand, I think, last year and the year before that. But they obviously lost both games. And they've done the same with Alabama. But I think it's just not enough. The Cowbells will be out in full force, but I don't think it will be enough. Alabama rolls over Mississippi State. Because the next week is Georgia Southern, which is obviously going to be an easy game. I don't even think they'll start their starters. They'll probably start their backups, maybe even their third stringers, because the next week is at Auburn. I think Georgia Southern loses. I think Alabama rolls over them, even with their backups, they're their third stringers. Last game, November 26th, at Auburn, the Iron Bowl, live from Auburn, Alabama. I think without Cam Newton, Auburn's going to be terrible compared to what they were last year. They're going to be a failure compared to what they were last year. When Gene Chizik obviously isn't that good of a coach because, well, he had one good season and it was an undefeated one. The other seasons he's had, I think he went something like 5-17 at Iowa State. So I don't think he's that great of a coach. I think it was a fluke. He just